Hi, this is a video on learning parts of the violin one part in Fancy Fiddles by Mark Williams. So we're going to be looking at measures 5 to 13, then we're going to be looking at measures 21 to 29. So let's start with measures 5 through 13. I want to ask you, how many fingers do I use when I'm playing this piece of this Fancy Fiddles? 1, 2, 3, 4. Do you have an answer, or do you need a little bit more time? Do you need to see my fingers for it? If you have an answer already, you can add another question now. How many strings is this section on? How many strings do you need to play for this? And I'll play this time so you can see my fingers. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. So if you said you only use 2 fingers, the first finger and the second finger, for this section of Fancy Fiddles, you would be exactly right. And if you said that you use 3 strings for this, the E string, the A string, and the D string, you would also be exactly right. So as you're learning this part, just know that you only have 2 fingers that you need to play for this whole section. The next part that I want us to look at is measures 21 through 29. The reason I picked this part is because of the dynamics in this. In this, you'll notice it starts off forte, but then pretty quickly we have a mezzo piano. So we want to think about what are some of the ways that we have to get a mezzo piano. Less bow pressure, that's one way. Slightly shorter bows, that's another way. So let's look this through, and let's bring on the fortes. Here's our first forte section. 1, 2, 3, 4. And by the time you get to the 4th beat, you get a mezzo piano, right? So a lot less sound starting up bow. So let's put those 2 together. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. And you can see the difference there in how much bow you want to use, how much pressure you want to use, or how much weight you want to use. I actually never like to use that word pressure. So whenever I catch myself using it, I like to reframe and say something different. I like to say weight, weight of the arm for that forte, and then the lightness of the arm for the mezzo piano. So let's go on to 23. 23 isn't marked with the forte in this part, but I think it is forte if you look at the score, I think. So once again, you've got and a mezzo piano. So let's put those together from 23. So when you keep on going, you look at the next section, you're going to see the same thing happening again, a forte and a mezzo forte going on. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, and the next 2 measures are actually the other reason that I picked this part. It's because the rhythm so far has been the same as the rhythm in measure 5. We've had our peanut butter sandwich rhythm over and over again. Peanut butter sandwich, 1, 2, 3, 4. Or you could say pepperoni pizza, or some people say wintertime in Russia, however you say it. And we have that again here at measure 27. Wintertime in Russia. But then we have a space. We have a quarter rest. So we're going to take a little break here. And you could think of it this way if you want to clap it or say it first. Do day, do day, do, 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 do. Or 1 and 2 and 3, 4, 2, 3. Okay, we would clap that as well. You could pause, go back and clap that with me. Or you could say it with me. All right. So it's time for us to play it now. This is all marked forte. 1, 2, 3, 4. So if we put all this together, 21 to 29. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, let me know what your questions are.